Hello everyone, hope you will be fine. Today I am going to discuss the exploratory data analysis of the intermediate Pakistan colleges using Google Colab. So first of all I have to load data. For that I have to click on this icon and then drag the file which contains the data. Okay, I have I have stored and save the data in this file ACP, which is the data regarding intermediate college of Pakistan. So I will load it to the Google Colab. This file is here. So first of all I have to install the pandas library. Just perform action and task. So I have import the pandas library after installation as a PD. You see here pandas a powerful data analysis library. So I will use this and the C1 library and Exploratory library. So I have just create a data file here as a DF and tell the pandas to read the CSV files and just copy the path of this file. Here you see copy path and I have just passed it here. So now the head of the data is looking like this, which is containing uh, 5 columns: name, location, study program, sector, affiliation, rating. This is the head of the column. To see the head of the column, dot head function is used. You can pass an argument here also, but I have just to apply a simple command here. So same function is used for the tail, but you have to write df.tail that show me the data set or the data frame tail, and I have passed here in argument 5. This will show us the last five rows of the data set, which is here. You see here, Ripa International College. This is the name of the colleges, are the colleges in which the people get their education, and the location. The location is also there. This is the last 5 locations in the dataset, and the study programs, the sector where they are private sector or public sector colleges, affiliation to whom it is affiliated, and their ratings are also present here. I want to know about the shape of the data, that how many columns and rows are there in the dataset. So a simple function shape, that shape function is used to see how many rows and columns are there in the dataset here. So in this dataset we have 1630 rows and 5 columns. So to see the types of the dataset, so here all the columns have object data types. You can also say that all variables have object data types. I want to explore other features of the data. So what the data content? So I have used the describe function that describe me the data set. Dot describes function is used to tell you about the data. Okay, so this is the count, that location counts are 1626, unique counts are 1573. The top or the mode of the data is chakwal, which frequency is 11. It means that chakwal in this location, and location column chakwal is repeated 11 times. So the mode of the data here and location column is chakwal. Now You see here the sector has 1101, unique values are 2, which is public or private, and the mode of the data in the sector is private because it is repeated 562 times. Same for the study program, same for the affiliation, and same for the rating. Okay, so here you see that the affiliation column contain a count of 155. It means that there is a few rows in the affiliation column as in the comparison with the other columns, like here is 1100 something and 1600 something, 1600 something and 1600 something, but it only contain 155 rows. It means that a huge amount of data is missing in the affiliation column. Okay, so we will explore it. If it is not necessary, then I have to remove it from the data because a huge amount of data is missing here. You can describe every column individually or separate. Like in data frame, go to the sector column and then describe it to me. So it will describe the sector column. Same apply for the others column also. If I want to see a specific location, if I want to see a 1300 row, that what is in 1300 rows. So a simple function iLock is used that go to data frame and data frame go to iLock, and this iLock means that in data frame go to specific location, and I have just passed an argument that tell me about 1300 rows. So at 1300 we have a location and name. Sorry, it is started with name. So here name is Al Sofa Girls College, which data type is object. Location column Khayabani Sajak Sargoda. Study program FA ICOM FAC Pre Engineering FAC Pre Medical. Sector is private, affiliation is none, and rating is 0. This none means that the affiliation value here is missing. Okay, same apply for the others. Here I have passed an argument of 2, 3, 4, which will tell me about the 2, 3, 4 rows. So at this row we have location this, study program this, affiliation also none, and sector is also none. That means that the sector is missing here and the affiliation is also missing here. Rating is given. Okay, so going next. It is a simple function. It will show us the count of rows, that how many rows are there in each column. df.count. So in location we have this much rows, and study program we have this much rows, and affiliation we have this much rows, and rating we have this much rows. Okay. The shape of the data, the overall shape of data is 1630, and 5 columns are there. So if we want to remove some duplicate rows if they are present in the data set, first we have to see how many rows are duplicate in this data set. For this we use simple function. I have just given an imaginary that the data frame duplicate rows, dr mean duplicate and r mean rows, and df within the data set data frame, and I have passed that data set and my data set which I have given this df name. So I have passed a code that df go to the df and then show me the duplicated rows. Duplicated function is used for to show you the duplicated rows. So the number of duplicated rows, which is a string value, it will print as like this, and then I have told us that show me the shape of df. So it will show the shape of this one. So it is 5 5 here in this situation. So it means that in 5 columns we have 5 rows which are duplicated or repeated twice. Okay. Now I have to drop these duplicated rows. For that we have a drop function. Go to df and then drop the duplicates values. So drop duplicates is used for dropping the duplicates values. Okay. After dropping the duplicated rows, we have the shape df.shape function. So it is reduced from 1630 to 1625. So we have removed the duplicated rows. Okay, now the count of each column rows is now reduced by 5. Here you see 16 to 1, 16 to 5, 16 0 96 sorry 1096. It is reduced from 1101. And affiliation, and this is not reduced because and duplicate rows, the affiliation value were missing there. So they have no effect on the affiliation rows, and rating are also reduced by 5. Okay. To see how much null values are there in the data set, we have a simple function as null. As null means that within data set how much is null, and give us the sum of that null values. So in location we have 4 null values or missing values, and study program we have 0, sector we have 5 to 9 missing values, and affiliation we have 1470. It is a huge amount which is missing, and rating we have 0 missing values. Now I have installed another library cbon as and import it as an SNS, and told the cbons to show me the 5 number summaries. We can get a 5 number summary, means that minimum, maximum, median, K1 and K3 by box plot. Box plot also gives us the range, interquartile range. So I have applied this function on affiliation at showcasing this graph, but it is unmeaningful, not meaningful. This graph is not meaningful because in affiliation we have huge amount of data. Same for the study program. Okay, I have installed another library matplotlib and import as at plt. It is standard form or universal form using worldwide. Okay. Another function information or info is used to tell us about a specific variable, and also it tells us about the whole data set. I have applied this on affiliation column, but it also gave us the information regarding the entire data set. You see here that in location I have I want to take information of affiliation, but it also gives us the information of other variables like and location. We have 6 to 1 not null values. It means that there are entries in 16 to 1, yani 1600 rows, 1621 rows, or full weight data, or data is present in 1621. Similarly, it also gives us the affiliation information about affiliation column, that 155 rows are not null and the other are null values. Okay, I have again applied a head function to see what has happened to the data, and here you see that we have the study program and we have the sector. The sector contains just two values, private and public. The affiliation also contains some values, etc, adds, none, and rating also contains some of values. So if you see here, this is a categorical variable, and the Python showcasing us that it is object data type. Similar stand for rating. Python showing us that it is a object data type. So I have to convert sector column and the rating column to categorical data type. Okay, for that I have just used this function object sector, rating, or column and object. It means that these functions are already considered as objected or object function or object data type. Okay, so I have given the command that please convert that type or that column name as as category. Category. Category means that it converted to category. It is not an object data type. Okay. So then here you see that these two these two columns are converted into object data type. Okay. Now I have to create dummies of it. Like sector and sector we have two values, private and public. So the dummies of it contain one values. The dummy column will contain one values public or private, and the entries will be 0 or 1 or 2 false. Similar stand for rating. It will showcasing rating on top, and the entry will be 0 or 1 or 2 or false. So I have created the sector and rating data type. Now it will not be in the data frame dataset, or that and the DF dataset will not contain the sector and rating. So we have to use concat function to add these two dataset which are newly formed to the data frame. So I have used concat function. DF is the previous dataset, the sector which is recently created as a dummy of the sector column. Okay, the rating is also created as a dummy of the rating column within the data frame. So now the data will become like this. The sector is also present, the rating is also present, but we have to concat these two. Like I have just told you that public will contain true false values, and also the rating will also contain true false value. So now we have the duplication of column. Here is the sector column, here is the public, which is the dummy of the sector, and also the rating column, and here are also the dummies of the rating column. So I have to remove these two columns from the dataset. For that I have used the drop function that go to data frame and drop the sector column and rating column at axis 1, means that the column will be dropped. Okay, and then print me the head. So it is the head of the data frame. Now you see that there is no column which is sector or rating, so they are dropped from the data. Now to see the shape of the data, we have 24 columns and 1625 rows. Okay, this exceed because of rating, because we have rating like starting from 0.025 to 2.75. Okay, so I have just told you that the affiliation uh, column contain lots of missing values, so I have to remove this from data, because uh, that may cause an imperfect data driven decision. So I have removed this column from the data. So for this I have used a drop function that go to DF or the data set or the data frame and drop the affiliation column. The X is one stand for column. If I have I put 0 on one place, so it will remove the first row of affiliation column. So I don't want to remove that. I want to remove the entire column, so I have used the X is 1. Okay. Now you see the column, the df count. Okay, the df count. Now the affiliation is dropped, so in count function there will be no affiliation column. You can see location are 1621, study program are 1625, public sectors public are 16. The entries within this column are this much. Okay, now going further. This is the head of the data. Okay. Now if I have some, oh, this is a mistake here. Okay, from removing rows containing missing values. If now if here is a missing row or a missing entry within the data set, so it will remove that rows or that entries from the data set. So I have used the simple drop null function or drop null function to remove that kind of missing values, and then you will see that the count as reduced here from 16 to 5 to 16 to 1, and all the entries are same. It means that no missing values are now there in the data set. Okay. Okay, so uh, as you know that machine learning we use the numeric data type mostly. So here I have convert sorry, numeric not, I we use the 0 1 format, or simply the and categorical data we presented by 0 1. Here the true false I have just converted to 0 1. Change the entries of the categorical variable column from true to false to 1 and 0. It means that for true we will use 1, for true we will use 1, and for false we will use 0. Let me show you. Okay, for false we will use 0. So I told that and data frame, go to data frame and replace the true value by value 1. Okay, and replace the false value by value 0. So it has replaced the entries within the specific column which contain the false and true values. Here public and private, it means that public 0 mean that here the entry will be private. Okay, public 1 means that here the value will be public. Okay, same stand for the rating, etc. And now this data is ready for further analysis, and to give it to machine learning machine to train the machine on algorithm, so it is a clean and perfect data for the machine. Okay, thank you for watching this.